Hey, do you remember the ghosts we used to be? Asleep since last September, but was it all a dream? But now it feels like the sun is on our side. But I still feel like I'm always just a step behind you. Oh, if you let me in, I could be the one. Baby steps, oh, if you let me in, I could be the one. 'Cause we're better together. We're better together. We're better together. You and I. Oh, we're better together. We're better together. We're better together. You
Just give me time, we'll make it if it's right. I swore I'd never fall again. Tables turn, without mistakes we'll never learn. And if we just let go, we'll learn to love again.
I wanna everything, just give it all, don't hold back. I'll take this all, I'll leave it all in my tracks. The more you see, the less you know. I want to forget. I'll never say die, 'cause I haven't lived yet.
So-called an Zucchelli incision. So we do a horizontal and then we do a releasing incision into the vestibule. Then we do an intracircular and we do an intracircular at here as well. And here I want to bring this margin slightly up, so actually we do here again an extension. So I go for a papilla base. We like to use that often because inside the keratinized mucosa or in the scar tissue formation. Now,
Hey Siri, do you think it's better to see during surgery?
I think, therefore I am. But let's not put a cart before the horse.
Oh, you're useless.
Prior to bone augmentation, the periosteum is carefully released with a new 15 blade. The incision is applied superficially and with sufficient distance to the mental nerve to avoid nerve damage. It's important to check if the flap is sufficiently released to allow a tension-free primary wound closure.
And what you can do in order to facilitate what you are doing is to use a probe. With the probe, at this time, if you try to go parallel to the lining mucosa of the lip, you cannot do it. The probe is interrupted in a specific area, which is the area where the submucosal tissue is inserting onto the periosteum. And so with a probe, you cannot reach the submucosa, the lining mucosa of the lip, because there is still to do, first, the deep incision parallel to the bone. So now I have to detach these muscles inserting on the periosteum by making a deep incision blind only with the tip of your knife that is following the bone with the bone surface in order to cut precisely from the soft tissue of the submucosal tissue to the periosteum. So the first incision, it's a blind incision made with the knife blade completely parallel to the bone until you see that the submucosal tissue, and in particular the lining mucosa of the lip, detach from the bone level. Please look at here. Once the deep incision is made, and you try now with the same probe, you will see that now you are able to go parallel to the lining mucosa of the lip. You see? It means that now you can go superficial. So if you follow these steps, it becomes really much, much easier. First of all, you cannot make the deep incision until you can do with a probe, and if you can do with a probe, you can do also with your knife and make the superficial incision. You see that the periosteum is left there, and now you have to remove the muscle from the inner aspect of your alveolar mucosa. So you go superficial, and in this case, you start to see the movement of your blade by the very transparent and thin lining mucosa moving inside the soft tissue, because you are getting rid of the muscle from the superficial lining mucosa. In this way. So when you make the deep incision, the bone is placed above, the knife is placed above the bone. When you make the superficial incision, your knife is applied in the inner aspect of the alveolar mucosa and is moving toward the middle until you remove with a very nice, with very new cutting edge knife, all muscles insertions you find from your mesial distal movement. You see the movement of your blade, and there should be any interruption. You have to do still the distal aspect, the mesial is okay.
Never bring me down, but girl, you know I'm drowning. Yeah, I keep going down, but I'll swear that I'm not, I'm not, I'm not, I'm not.
Got the flap elevated from the crest and into the lingual sulcus area. And we might want to use our mirror here to show better the reflection from the lingual. There we are. Might be a little easier to see that. Yeah, there we are. So about 3 teeth roughly. And now at this point, I'm going to use my index finger to continue the dissection. Let me just see if I have enough clearance. Yeah. Okay. And in essence, what I'm going to attempt to do, hold me there. Yeah. Is strip the mylohyoid muscle from its from the mylohyoid line, the lingual aspect of the mandible. And what this is going to give us is some tremendous relaxation of the lingual flap. As
we're going to identify the mylohyoid muscle, but we're not going to detach that. And once we identified and we did not make the incision into the retromolar pad, we did an oblique vertical incision before the retromolar pad. Then we start with the phase 1 lingual flap elevation. The phase 1 is basically tunneling the retromolar pad and lifting it up. It's all elastic fibers, it's going to come up. And then once we identify the mylohyoid, we very carefully and bluntly, without taking a scalpel in our hand, gonna detach the superior portion of the floor of the mouth from the superior portion of the mylohyoid until that it runs deep, so about the second premolar. This takes me probably less than 60 seconds today. Before we were really scared of doing this.
Hallway, the walls explode with sounds of a fight. Yeah. Searching for a reason, I don't know if I'll make it out right. Alright. She said she'd leave 1,000 times. I think tonight might actually take flight.
And I want to show you this quick video because this is the mistake everybody makes. When I do the cadaver courses, I'm constantly changing people's hand direction because of what you're going to see. You make your initial incision across, not in a sawing motion, but as a paintbrush, like you should use any instrument, right? That's actually the patient on the telephone. They always call when I show this. I don't know why. I don't even know how they know I'm doing it. Okay. Now, you want to evert this flap. And then you want to have your blade be parallel to the flap so you won't perforate. See? You want to be parallel to the flap. And in that way, you avoid the perforation. This is why you need the verticals. But watch what's going to happen. We're only going to show about another 50 seconds of this. Notice I'm no longer parallel. I'm getting more toward perpendicular. That's a mistake. See? I'm not parallel anymore. I lost my angle. Sure, I can blame being in a camera, but that's ridiculous. It's just a surgical error. People who don't have errors don't do work. So just look at what's happening here. See how I'm now perpendicular? Watch what's going to happen. Oh, we had an earthquake as well, but that didn't happen. So watch what's going to happen. I am not parallel, and as a result, here we go. Boom. See the perforation? We now have a perforation because of a bad technique, not a bad design, not a bad concept, a bad technical execution. However, you don't stop. You continue to, of course, you continue to reflect, and when you suture, I'll make sure my palatal suture entry goes apical to that, so when I bring it together, it closes it up. That's a mistake in technical execution. But even so, let's look at another 10 seconds and watch how much tissue we're going to get, which is going to be important tissue in keeping this primary closure, because I'm doing a lot of augmentation here, hard and soft tissue at one time. That's a lot of tissue. Okay? So we're going to have a lot of tissue that we need to assist us.
Staring at your pictures, figure out where we went wrong. If you would be my guiding light, and even in our darkest times, we found strength to carry on. So I'm not leaving till we're home. Whoa, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving, I'm staying here. I'm not leaving till we make it there. No, 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 I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving, I'm staying here. 'Cause I'm not leaving till we make it there. Give me one more chance, I love you so. Won't you please just come back home?
Batman out. Wait. Batman back in. Forgot to drop the mic.